Good morning, everyone. It is July 14th of 2025, and the market has gapped down just a little bit. It was a lot lower when it first opened, but it's getting bought right now. We'll see if that holds up or not. The reality of it is that in the prior video, we had talked about how we needed to really just form this base right here in SPXL and just go sideways for a while. And you can see that we're doing that right here. If we maximize this, you can see how we broke out from this consolidation right through here, right? Here's the rest, here's the run, and now we're just trying to form a new chop box. And if you highlight this area, it looks something similar like that. So you really want to see us kind of hold this area right here. If we break below the 10 here, chances are, and I'm not saying that we will, but we could go back down here and revisit this area down here to set up a potential run back up to the previous highs. Now, this is the top of the broadening formation, and you definitely can see that if you move this to the week. I'm just going to move it to a 2-year week. You can see that. You can see that range right there. Uh, Absolutely nothing wrong with this. This was a matter of just taking out previous low, reversing, and time to go. You could even say we went as far as taking out this previous low, which we did, and time to go. But nice thing is we weren't strong enough to get all the way down here. And now you can see that we are just, like I said, look at this, 3, 2, 2. We're just chopping sideways here. This is normal. This is healthy. If you look at TQQ the same way. Let me, whoops, get this back to where it was. Technical difficulties. It's because I don't have coffee. If we look at TQQQ here, we can see that we have that same price action, and we're trying to get up to here. Let's get back up to the big picture here. Well, big picture is we want to get back up to here. That's the goal. And for all the people who chased this last gap up right here, you can see how they ran it, they rested, they ran, they rested, they ran, and now again, this is that chop box that we're talking about. So here's the truth. Here's the truth. The majority of the traders in this period right here, this is where you're going to lose the most money if you're new to trading, because what was working down here where you were making money and you were trending for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days up, anything that you bought, whether it be a stock or if you bought an option, you made some really good money. And for the people who trade 0 days or weeklies, yeah, you got rewarded quite a bit right through here. But now if you're trying to apply that same logic through here, when the market is chopping or going sideways, you're going to get killed and those weeklies are no longer going to work. The analogy that I always give people is that if you have a car and if you are on the interstate and if you don't have gridlock, you can use your cruise control. This is cruise control right through here, okay? And then this right here would represent the gridlock. So you have to be really, really careful when you trade options through here. I'm not saying don't trade them. I'm simply saying if you do it, you might want to buy some time so that you have some time to work, because just like in this stretch right through here, it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days before the market made a decision that it wanted to go higher. Well, now we are on day 6 right here, and for all we know, we could come down and reset and fill this gap down through here. But that's the kind of stuff that you really just need to start to focus on. I know that sounds simple, but over time, what will happen is you'll start to see things like that, and you'll start to apply your own logic. And the best part about it is that if the market doesn't do what you want it to do, guess what? Just walk away. There's another day to trade. You got to learn how to do that too in the market. You do not have to trade every day. Same action here in TNA. You can just see we had this nice long run through here, and now we're just kind of pulling back. I definitely could see a retest back here to this 34 area right here. And then we just need to sit the heck down right here. And we just need to consolidate. We need to have some healthy consolidation through here. And then of course for UDOW it's the same thing. This is our previous breakout. We need to form an area where we need to go up, we need to come down and go up, and we just need to rest. I know people don't want that because I've heard so many of you tell me we're running all the way back up here on the ETFs. And here's the deal. You might be right, you might be wrong. I don't know. Here's the thing, I'm not into predicting what the market is going to do as far as when it's going to do. I just let the charts kind of tell me where it possibly can go. And for some of you, just if you trade options, you're really trying to impose your will at times. Versus if you buy a stock and you understand price action like this, you can sit comfortably through this. It took me a long time as a trader to get to that point to understand that this right here, this is fine. I used to lose my mind through the chop when the market would do this. Bad stuff. All right, so let's get to what you're here for, and that is to actually take a look at what has full time frame continuity. Here we go, full time frame continuity up, Phil's basket. Let's take a look at this, and you can see right here out of the chute, we still have a good number of stocks that have full time frame continuity. But here's the thing, let's sort it by the day and see which ones are ready to go. And let's take a screenshot of this because not everyone out there has Thinkorswim. So we want to focus on the stuff that has a 1 or 2 down for the day, because that would be the first time frame to trigger back up. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the Discord channel here because, like I said, I know there are people out there who do not have it, and we want to make this available for everyone to benefit. So FTFC, and just so you guys know, that's what I'm doing right here. Every morning I say good morning because guess what? That's the thing to do. And then we go FTFC daily, and you can see some of my notes. This is the Discord server for those of you who are new. This is free. I do not charge a dime for it. You can find everything from my thoughts to my trades, and these are all the people who have earned the respect as a trader with me, and they have earned the right to have their own channel and to post their ideas. Several great traders in here that have wonderful insight into the market. You can see here that we have the basics, educational videos in my Thinkorswim channel or YouTube channel, and then the Thinkorswim workspace and scripts. So all kinds of good stuff in here. Every morning I sit in here. Every morning. So you're more than welcome to join and just learn with me. All right, so now that we've done it over here, I'm actually going to do this over here because once it's saved and linked, and by that, what I mean by linked, you see how this says blue 3? And you'll notice that every time frame here that I have has a blue 3. That's what I mean. That's a symbol link. Wonderful thing, because now that we have what we need, we can come in here and we can customize this, and let's just get rid of the week and let's just focus on the day. We can now sort by the day, and this is one that we had talked about over the weekend with some of the members. Knee is an interesting one because look at this, we are 1 on the year, 1 on the quarter, 1 on the month, 1 on the week, and lo and behold, 1 on the day. And look at what we have right here. We have earnings, 723. A lot of these stocks have moved into earnings, and that is something I am a big believer in. My mentor taught me that, how stocks will attempt to run most of the time. Did you notice how I didn't say all the time, but most of the time they will run into earnings 1 month out. And if you don't believe me, go take a look at some of the big boys out there, some of the favorites, and you'll probably start to see that. A lot of names in here that, in my opinion, are very extended. This Synchrony Financials, very, very extended, right? We've got an A24 since the last 10 crossover. VICI hit target here, so it's a matter of is it strong enough to get back up into here. But inside day nonetheless, and it would have to go 322 in order to hit this target, so don't be shocked if it does that. CLS inside day, very, very, very extended. Now, just imagine had you gotten into something like this right here on the reversal, or here on the inside and up, and we have traders who actually do that within the Discord server. They're extremely patient. They trade off the week, and they have a life outside the charts, which is very, very important. Let's go down to some of the other stuff here. Inside day for VST, inside day for WIN, and this is what I'm talking about again, 18 days, guys. This right here is just getting so extended. Anything past A05 here, I will not cross. For the new people who are out there, what do I mean by an A05 or an A or a B? And that's simply just a study that I have written, and all it's doing is showing you the last time. Let me maximize this, where the 2 and the 10 have crossed over. And so you can see that right here, that helps me determine where my level of support is, and then where my potential targets are to the left. And you can see that not only did we hit targets on WIN, but man, it just broke out and it just kept running and running and running. And so if you took this trade on this 2-2 rev, the moment we got this crossover right here, if you, let's just say you bought 2 shares or 1 share, I mean, you're up, all right? Or let's just say you bought an option contract 1 month out, because you understand now that the weeklies, I mean, they work. Yeah, you would have made money on this, but let's just say had you bought a month and you had a target out here 98. I mean, just do the math on that, go back and back test that, and you would be up quite a bit. So simple stuff, right? Very simple stuff. We're not here to complicate things. Let's just finish out the ones here. Sirius, you can see how we had this run. We are resting now. And look, we ran it right here to target. And now this would be your next target right through here. And then right there, earnings. Amazing how that works. Starbucks, we had the run, we have the rest, we had the run to take out the previous high right through here. Now do we have enough energy to get back up here to this 99.79? Well, let's see if we can do the 212 and take out this guy first here, the 97.77. Now be aware that Starbucks on a week here has attempted to get above this and it failed last week. So it really has to go 222 here, or it has to just go 22 and sit the heck down. This is a box on a bigger time frame. And you notice a theme, what I'm teaching here, and that is you got to be patient and just understand that price will consolidate on almost every time frame. Look at how it's done in here on the year. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. But it's still holding the 10. The 10 is my own little thing. Sideways, sideways, sideways. So when you look at like the year or the quarter, and you see this sideways action here, I mean, if you are a buy and hold person and you want this dividend every quarter, this is a great stock for you, right? If you sell the put and you are confident, or you don't mind getting assigned at 68, sell the put right here at 68, 67, and you'll do fine. Let's go to Kellogg here. Kellogg was one that popped on news, and thankfully I had a condo position in this for my wife. But I think it's just amazing how it started to move here, but no one knew that there would be any news announced, right? But we had all kinds of buying here. Matter of fact, normally that's 3 million, and we had 6 million. They ran it, they rested it, and then they just popped it and blew everyone away who was short right through here. And now, whether or not we come back through, that remains to be seen. You can see that same price action here on the week when we went 112 and we just popped, and look, we ran right here to the target. We ran the target on the month, Question is, can we get back up to here to this 24.68? Now the interesting thing about that is that in extended hours, when this really popped, I was able to sell my wife's position at 27 because everyone was chasing this thing. Do not chase this. This is just an example of how things are manipulated. And when you see something like this consolidate right through here, look at that level of support right there. You don't have to go gangbusters. Just buy what you're comfortable with and just wait patiently to see if it moves. Um, let's get down to the 2 day or two down extended A28, A13, A13, not interested, A14, A26, A10. A10, that's a little extended, but one thing I like about VALE here is that we've got this 2-2 rev set up right here. So if we set an alert right there, that would possibly trigger the 222 here on the week. But let's read it the right way let's read it the way that I read it, and that is on the year we have a possible, if we want to squeeze these people who have been short for the last 4 years, we could do it. And then all these people right here who are short could get squeezed out as well. Look at all this right here, but don't think that it has to squeeze to the upside, because look, the people who chased right here on this 2-2 rev thought we're going higher and then it went lower. So this could also be a TTO, and the bigger time frame tells me that we could get down to here. So don't be foolish and say it has to do this or that, because you can be quickly humbled. Just understand there's a setup here. We got a gap all the way up here. So maybe we run a little bit and we gap to this spot right here. See that gap? And I always mark my gaps like that. But here's your first target. Make no mistake of it. That's your first target. If you take this 2-2 rev right here, your target today is 1032. If you trade the way I do, maybe you take it a little bit earlier. That's strictly up to you. I've had a lot of conversations with people as far as when do I take it and how do I take it, and that's definitely a conversation for a one-on-one, where I need to get inside your head a little bit and understand what makes you tick, because I'm one of these coaches where I like to understand your strengths, and I also like to understand your weaknesses so we can form a great trading strategy based upon your strengths, rather than me telling you how I trade and having you trying to mirror what I do, because every trader is unique. Let me say that again. Every trader is unique, and you really need to design the market to make it your own. Other than that, we really don't have a lot of setups going in for the into the week. We've got a couple 3 bars here. CF looks kind of good here because we've got this 3 for the year. We've got a possible 3-2 for the quarter. What I don't like is how this is set up for a 2-2 on the month, because this could go 2-2 rev, this could go 2-2-2 continuation, it could go 2-1, and if this is a 1 all month, you're not going to want to be in the stock. I can tell you that. It's going to absolutely kill you. But the nice thing is on the week is that it did trigger the 2-1-2 up. So maybe this week it can hit the target, get to the target of 101.32. So CF, let's put CF on the daily watch list. And Western Digital. Look at how extended Western Digital is. It doesn't even show an A at 30. It's past 30 days since this last crossover. This is a stretch, guys. And when this sucker comes back, it will come back fast and hard, like they did with Netflix. Last week we were on Netflix to the short side, and look at how they went 2-2 rev here, and they just took it. Now keep this in mind. They took it from 13.19, 13.20 all the way down here. That's almost $100 move. And look, lo and behold, they ran it into Go ahead and say it. Earnings. Netflix better not disappoint, because we could come back and set up this 2-2 reversal here on the month and get all the way past $1,100 to the downside. That's right, I said it. $1,100 on Netflix. It's at all-time highs. It's time to die. And you can see that a lot of people, they don't even want to risk their money going into earnings, and they've been scaling out of this thing. This is one of them that, as it sets up, I short it. I take a very comfortable position and I try to hit my target, whatever that number may be. And it's just been playing out time and time and time again. So these are the kind of stocks or setups that I look at as far as potential shorts back down. But let's look at Micron here because we're talking about setups to the upside. Micron is interesting because we got a fresh A1, but look at what it's doing on the year here. This would have to go 3 in order to go higher and take out the previous high. We've got a nice 3-1 setup on the quarter. It would have to take out 129.85 in order to go higher, and it's the same on the month. So whether or not Micron can continue to move higher, your first target on the week is 130.33 or 129.85. So this is a really nice setup back up to, I would take money there and I would take money there. Those would be my first 2 targets. And if I hit this first target and I have quite a big position here, I'm going to scale out of this thing quite a bit and run the rest of it hopefully back up into here. Maybe you don't trade that way. Maybe you're an all or nothing kind of trader, and that's fine too. I mean, if you want to buy an option on this, buy the 130 or 129 and buy at least 1 month out and see if it can get there. Micron will be added to my watch list as well. And then AMD, same thing. Look at this beautiful cup. Look at this, TTO, call it what you want. But we've got a solid setup here on the week where we want to go 2-1-3. Johnny Trader absolutely loves green threes, and he will probably take this. If I know him, he already has his order in place. Now, let's get to the big picture here. AMD has a similar setup as Micron, where this would have to continue to go higher. Might be setting up a 2-2-2 rev going into next year, but if it wants to go higher this year, it's got to go all the way back through here. On the quarter, it's a 3-1, and on a month, it's a 2-1. So maybe we trigger above this 147.75. And you can put your notes on your charts too. But other than that, that's what I see. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe or click the like button as well. And if you're fairly new to the Strat or to trading, come and join us on the Discord server. And until then, take care. God bless.